Hello and welcome to my Revit tutorial today. Today I will show you how to model a composite slab for steel structures in Autodesk Revit. So in this video I will show you how to put in the shear studs and do the wire mesh modeling. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'll just choose a level 3 plan view since I haven't put in the wire mesh here. And I will go to structure over here and click on area reinforcement here and select the slab. I'll just draw in the wire mesh according to the concrete slab footprint. So now let's put in a section view that can cut through the slab. So let's go to the view tab over here, click on section, and let's slice through over here. So I have section 4 over here. I will just set it to fine detail and a 1 to 20 scale. Shrink down the view over here so we can focus on this area for detailing. To select the wire mesh or the structural area reinforcement, just hover around the slab over here, and if you can see the structural area reinforcement label, left click on it. If you don't, just cycle through tab until you see it, like so. And let's say from your engineering calculations, you don't need a second layer of wire mesh. You can just uncheck on these two over here and you'll have one layer, but this is not right because the wire mesh is going through the dovetail part of the metal decking or the bond deck or the chorus com floor, whichever name you know it as. So let us add a additional bottom cover offset here of 25 millimeters here. Let's change it to 35. So that makes more sense right now. And in general, the spacing of wire mesh is 6 inches or 150 millimeters over here. And let's make it H16, let's say. So now let's select on the slab itself. So let's left click on it over here. If you end up selecting the wire mesh, just click elsewhere and hover over the slab once more, press tab once, and you can see the slab and left click on it. Click on edit type over here. Let's click on edit over here and we can see the structure of our slab right now. We are using a cast in place C40 concrete with a metal deck. And over here for the deck profile, you can choose from the commonly available metal decking solutions for composite slabs. So for this tutorial, it seems to me that the Chorus ComFloor 51 works the best. I'll show you what I mean. And let's say for longevity purposes, a 1.2 millimeter decking is required. So select on it and click on OK and click on apply and OK. So if you notice something over here, our beams are not aligned perfectly with the bottom part of the metal decking, so we need to move them in order to put in the shear studs. So let's head to a plan view right now to see where our beams are. So if the wire mesh is really distracting, just select on it and just use show first and last rebar instead. And that should get rid of it for you over here. And let's dimension it. So currently it is spaced out 1 meter over here, then 2 meters, 2 meters, and 1 meter. And this secondary beam should be smaller, so let me just change it to 305 section over here. So let's go back to the section view. And let's move these beams so that it is perfectly where the bottom part of the bond deck is, or the com floor is. So let's unpin it over here and move it like so. And let's do the same for the rest over here. So this one's perfectly aligned, so we don't have to do anything over here. And let's move this one instead. Looks about right in the middle. So let's go back to the plan view. So now let's draw in the shear studs for our composite slab. So go to the steel tab over here, and under the bolts drop down, just click on it over here and select shear studs over here. And let's select the beam over here, and let's draw the area in which it will be applied. So I'll just do it from primary beam to primary beam over here. So let's just draw it like this over here. And if you can't see it over here, let's just make sure we're on the fine setting. And let us go to visibility graphics over here. And I will just get rid of architecture over here. And so under structural connections, shear studs are already checked over here, so we should be able to see them. So let's just try another way to troubleshoot it. Let's just turn it to a wireframe view. And there we have our shear studs. So you don't actually have to change anything for the beams over here. Continue. So I'll just try it once more on the other beam over here. So if you can't see your shear studs, try to use a finer scale or change it to fine, or better yet, try wireframe first. Or if you're using a hidden line view, select the slab and override the graphics over here by element and put in some transparency so you can see the shear studs like so. So I'll just delete the shear studs here, and I can just delete this and just copy this out by 2 meters like so. And now let's model in the shear studs back to it again. So let's select the shear studs here, and we only need one in the middle of the beam. So let's just click on one for both over here. So that should be one right in the middle here. And let's try key in, let's say 10 shear studs. And our span is 4 meters, so they're approximately 40 centimeters apart. So let's try make it tighter, let's say 15 shear studs over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So Revit has done it for us already. So let's just copy this out. I'll select the middle point here and copy it out here and here. And if you can't see anything in the section view, again, select the slab. You can either change it to wireframe so you can see it over here, or you can do what I did before and select the slab and override the graphics over here and add some transparency. So this is where I need to adjust the beam placement a little bit so that it is in line with the bottom part of the metal decking. So I've already done that. So now let's dimension this. So I'll dimension from center to center over here. So back to the point that I was mentioning earlier about the different metal decking types. If we were to use a different profile, for example, like the 70 profile over here, at the perimeter over here, the bottom part of the metal decking doesn't align with the beam's top flange. So that's why I prefer to use the other profile, the number 51 over here, because it has a higher chance of being on top of the top flange. And that's it for today's Autodesk Revit tutorial. If you found it useful, like this tutorial, share this tutorial, and subscribe for more civil engineering related tutorials like this. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.